And in this video, we're going to go over how to make a dynamic date at the end of at the very bottom of a site. You usually see the copyright bar down at the bottom under the footer. There's usually like a year and then company name, all rights reserved. I'm going to show you how to make that dynamic in this video. So that way, when the year turns, you don't have to worry about updating it every year, especially if you have multiple sites or multiple clients or customers, or you're managing multiple of your own sites. I want to show you how to update that year. So when the year turns, you don't have to worry about it and your site will look up to date. So let's go ahead and jump on in. First, we're going to go to templates, theme builder, and we are going to jump into the footer. And I have a mock-up footer built. This is just a demo footer for the sake of this video. But what we're going to do is jump down here, and here is that bar. How I do it generally is I use the text editor. Feel free to use the heading widget. I've seen that work just fine too. But I use the text editor. So we're going to go ahead and drop that in there. It's going to fill it with the autofill lorem ipsum. Let's get rid of that. So how we get that date to show up is we're going to click dynamic tags, and then we need current date time, and it's going to put what it says the current date and time is. It is not 2:36 a.m. I am in bed at that time, but that's what it's telling us now. We don't need to worry about that because we're going to go to the tool icon right next to current date time. This is set at default, but we want this at custom, and then it's going to give you this here, and this is just representing this. So all we need for this example is the Y, and that stands for year, and you're going to see 2025 pop up right there. And then we're going to drop down into advanced, and so before we want the copyright symbol. I have that in a file over here that I keep on hand. And then after, you can put whatever you want. Normally I do something like all rights reserved, and then you can do like this, like company name, something like that. And that's how you get that. So now when the new year hits, this is going to auto update to 2026 and so on throughout the years. That is the first way we do that. So now I'm going to go ahead and delete this again, and I'm going to show you the second way that we can go ahead and add that date. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump back over to WordPress. What I'm going to do now is go to Appearance and then the Theme File Editor. The second one does take a little bit of code here. It's not much. We're going to use a shortcode. So then what we do, if you have your site pulled into like a local environment or you're in VS Code or anything like that, you can put this in the functions.php file. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the theme file editor. And so what we'll do is first add a note. We'll put, let's see here. Let's call it, we'll call it short code for copyright year. And we need to write just a little bit of PHP here, give us some space to work. And so what we're going to do is we're going to write function current year short code. And we'll open it. What we want to return is the date. And we're going to call it the year. Remember in the first example, we picked that Y. That is basically what we're doing here. And so we're all good there. Now we have it closed. And now we need a way to call that shortcode. So let's add shortcode. And we'll call current year, or to make it a little bit more clear, we can do current year short code. Okay, and then we need to close it. All right, and we're good there. So we'll update the file. Let's see here. Ah, that's what we did wrong. I put an E instead of an E, so we need return date. Now we'll update it. All right, so the file was edited. The file was edited successfully. What I'm gonna do is go ahead. I'm gonna grab this. I'll copy with my keyboard. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into the theme builder, jump back into the footer, edit. We're gonna drop this shortcode into a text editor widget. So we'll drop back down here, text editor widget, get rid of this, and then we need to add the shortcode. All right, and then what we'll do is publish, and it's not going to show up right away, so what we need to do is refresh, and then that's going to say 2025. The page is refreshed, and we see 2025. So just to kind of wrap this up, if we click back in here, we can then go ahead and add copyright, put whatever you want, the all rights reserved, made with love, whatever you want to put in there. So then like now if we publish it, some folks like this a little better because they can kind of have it laid out like this, but those are two options to make that dynamic date in your footer. I hope this helps, and now you don't have to worry about updating that date, the year every year. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.